This video is only one part of an in-depth review, so check out the rest at thegoodride.com. Thanks for watching. Welcome to The Good Ride. I'm James Beastie, and this is the Rome 390 Boss. Next to it is the DOD, the Do or Die. Next to that is the Cleaver, the older brother of the two. And then right here is the Vice, and next to that is the Katana. I rode this in a wide variety of conditions with decent amount of boards, but liked pairing it up with boards more like the Rome Agent, a little more mountain freestyle focused rides, and found that was the best for me, but it still works with a wide variety of boards and got this in a wide variety of conditions. To give you a short summary, this is probably one of the more mountain freestyle focused bindings in this group. The Vice is close if you dial back the ankle strap response a little bit. The DOD is a little bit more responsive, and then the Cleaver's even much more responsive, but it's a good kind of mid-response binding that works with a wide variety of boards. It has good shock absorption, excellent boot to binding adjustability, and just a good overall ride that I liked. I think I liked the Vice a little more just because of that adjustable ankle strap position that gives you better response or lesser response if you want it. And it just had a little more appeal to me with the softer Highback Flex, that kind of thing. But to many people, this could be your binding if you just want something a little more plug and play when it comes to response adjustability, which I didn't think was a thing until Rome invented these cool little ankle strap adjusters. So when it comes to weight, 2 pounds with the screws and the discs in. So are all these bindings. So you're really not paying for more or less weight. So kind of cool. There don't seem to be any compromises in terms of dampness or response either, so even better. Now when it comes to Highback Flex, there's a decent flex here, but this Highback is stiffer than you would think for this response level. It's got just a little bit of twist and just a touch of give. Compare that to its kind of like bigger brother, the DOD, and this is even just a touch stiffer, touch less give. Then you go up to the Cleaver, and that's even more so. This thing's a beast. But in comparison, let's say to the Vice, look at this. You got a lot more twist and actually some give on the way back. I personally like that for my even featured calves. Even if I don't rotate the Highbacks, this isn't gonna bite too much and it's gonna twist nicely. This I have to make sure I rotate my Highbacks. And same with the Katana. Katana has a little bit more give than even this and a little bit more twist. Not sure what the flex rating is, but that's what I feel when I twist it. Response-wise, might be different. Now, when it comes to flex underfoot and being able to butter, this has a really cool setup. You've got a mini disc that's just a little bit bigger than your traditional mini disc, let's say from Union right here, but it's a good bit smaller than a full-size disc. And that allows the board to flex underfoot really easy. So tip to tail flex, a lot more butterability there, and it even allows the board to lighten up a little bit torsionally, and that's kind of cool. Check the stance width adjustability section because these mini discs do some cool things too. So when it comes to turn initiation and response, these have very good response. It's not like the DOD is a little bit more, the Cleaver's much more than that, and adjustable on top of that. The Vice is a little bit more in its highest adjustability setting for response. The Katana is a little bit more than that, but it's got good kind of mid-level, maybe a touch more response. And all of these have a similar feel, but when you use, let's say, the Vice, the Katana, the Cleaver, or the Black Label, which is just way out price point wise, but we'll put it in there just because they're all adjustable with the ankle strap angle. You have a good bit more response and it's really noticeable, especially coming off these same day and going to these and ramping them up. It really works. That's why kind of the Vice appeals more to me. But if you just want plug and play, you know you want a kind of mid-level response all the time with any board you're riding, then these could work as well. Now, when it comes to shock absorption and dampness, they don't have the magical special foam that's like the Adidas Tactical or Energy Boost technology with Adidas. They don't have this anymore. That used to be D3O, but they do have a nice EVA foam bed here with lots of cushioning and in the toe and the heel, and it's a very damp ride. If you like that more skate influenced or old school ride where you feel you're more integrated with your board, you might not like this. You'll feel like you're kind of maybe a layer. You'll feel that layer in between. But if you're like me and you appreciate tech that alleviates your joints, you're gonna love these, and they're very damp. They're almost up there with like Now bindings, and kind of right there, maybe even a touch better. I would say a touch better than my Union shock absorption with my Atlas. All around, it's a really damp, really shock absorbent binding. It's great if you screw up and you land flat on occasion, which none of us like to talk about, but we all do. Now, when it comes to support, I love these toe straps. They're my favorite in the Roam line. This kind of stretchy tech next to this guy right here with the vise is much better than it used to be for me. I don't know if it was a change of boots or they changed it a little bit, tweaked it, but this just fit really well. It just, you could crank it hard and it would stop at a certain point when you got it on. I wish I could put these on all these bindings. I think this is really cool, but I know some people do appreciate that stretch and how it conforms to a boot's toe a little bit more. All in all though, very supportive, very good. This ankle strap I really like too. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Crux, a binding I really love too. And I thought this was a, great job in terms of really holding in your boot while not being too locked in and giving you some freedom of movement for kind of freestyle kind of riding. And this ankle strap did a really good job at giving you enough support to where you don't feel like your ankle's exposed. Also gave you a little bit of freedom of movement. The ratchets, nice and smooth, easy on and off. Really like them. Thought they did a good job. I think they're gonna last a long time. Can't say for sure, but that's what I think. When it comes to adjustability, you have all the normal toolless stuff, just a very cool pop. It's a little hard to pop it in and out, but with both, so you can adjust on the fly, you can pop this in, you can pop this down and back. So you've got a couple different ways to, and you can do it on both sides. That's really cool. High back rotation is very good. Forward lean is very good. But what I really love is the adjustable gas pedal and the adjustable heel loop. You can slide each in and out, so you can center your boot in the binding and therefore center your boot and binding on the board so you have nice symmetrical turning. And when you can do that, you can do two things. You can appease companies that don't like mini discs that just make snowboards. They think everything should be full-size disc. Some of them are out there. Some pros have issues where sometimes they'll rip the inserts out. But for us average riders who aren't going that big, they'll never have that problem. So I've never had a single issue with a mini disc. And lots of pro riders use mini discs too. But you can also mount these on setback inserts. You can't slide it either way, but you can also fit it in a setback insert board on a powder day and get some more directional float. So very cool stance with adjustability. Excellent when it comes to mini disc and usable when it comes to full-size disc, and that's really rad. So overall, I like the 390 Boss. The vise is more my kind of thing with this little adjustable ankle strap response kind of thing. I feel like this is a more diverse binding, probably the closest. If you want a little more response, you've got the DOD and a lot more at a higher price point, much higher price point. You got the Cleaver and the Black Label and that kind of stuff, or the Katana if you want adjustability and more response. But overall, I just think the 390 Boss it's just come a long way. It used to be a binding I just wasn't that into. Now it's a pretty recommendable binding. All our reviews are a best effort, objective opinion from an average rider's perspective. There's no brand oversight, and we're free to say whatever we want. We send back everything unless it's a favorite, then we ask to keep those or straight up buy them. Now, if you need advice, fill out the Me Harmony profile in the Contact Us section of the site. It's the only way I can help you properly. If you want to support us, and if what we reviewed appeals to you, it helps if you buy through our links. So, thanks for watching.